The BMW 1 Series or the Audi A3 Sportback? Which is the king of the luxury hatchbacks? I've driven them both, I've enjoyed them both. You can watch reviews of both these cars right here on our channel. But now the dust has settled, I thought I'd sit down and crunch the numbers to truly figure out which one of these two cars is the best. For this video, I'm going to focus on the BMW 118i and the Audi A3 A35 TFSI, both petrol, both manual, and both costing around 25 grand. Let's break it down. Let's start with the design. Okay, it's all subjective at the end of the day, but I'll give you my 2 cents anyway. I really like the BMW 1 Series. I've read the comments. A lot of people are saying that it's a bit too generic now. It looks a bit too Korean almost. I don't buy that though. People are forgetting that the original 1 Series wasn't all that. Okay, the 135i could look pretty decent, but the entry-level models, the 116s, the 118s, any car with a small set of wheels tended to look kind of like a clown shoe. And the new model, to me at least, is gorgeous. Plus, it's got real exhausts. The Audi A3 doesn't have real exhausts, but that's a pretty minor indiscretion these days. Everyone's doing fake exhausts really. Plus, it's a great looking car. I find it really ironic that so many people are slating BMW for having huge grills, but look at the size of the grille on the A3. It's gigantic. Anyway, both of these cars to me look tremendous and I'd be completely happy to be seen in either one. Now, engines. Both cars very similar on the surface. They both use a 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine, but when you drill down below the surface, there are some very key differences. The BMW's engine makes 140 horsepower. The Audi makes 150. The BMW makes 220 Newton meters of torque, and the Audi makes 250. And they weigh about the same too, just under 1400 kilograms. So the Audi definitely has a slight edge in performance. It'll do 0 to 62 in 8.4 seconds, only a tenth quicker than the BMW, but after 62 miles an hour, the Audi should keep stretching its legs all the way up to 139 mile an hour top speed, while the BMW maxes out at 132. Autobahn bragging rights? Well, yeah, they go to the Audi. Now, economy. You might think that the more powerful engine is less economical than the less powerful one, but that's not the case here. The Audi wins here as well with 47.9 miles per gallon. The BMW manages 46.4. Obviously, these numbers are quite close, and at the end of the day, they're just numbers on a page. The really important factor here is feet on pedals and what you get out of it in the real world. But hypothetically at least, the Audi wins the economy battle as well. It's a dead heat when it comes to emissions though. Both cars manage a pretty decent 135 grams per kilometer of CO2. You've got to give it up to Audi's engine guys here. They've made an engine with more power, more torque, more economy. It's a win-win-win-win for Audi. Let's talk equipment next. The A3 is available in 5 trim levels: Technic, Sport, S-Line, Edition 1, or the most expensive, Vorsprung. BMW keep things much simpler here with SE, Sport, and M Sport versions of their car. Now I'm going to go on the assumption that no one ever really wants the entry-level version of a car and no one can afford the top spec model, so I'm going to select both these cars in their Sport trims for a comparison to keep things fair. The standard paint colors you get for free are black or white for both cars. The metallic finishes on the Audi are 575 quid, about 15 quid more than BMW charge for a metallic paint. If you want to spend even more on paint, you can pay £2,400 for one of Audi's exclusive colors. Basically where you can choose from around 50 different shades encompassing almost every color you can think of. BMW doesn't have this option, but is that such a big deal? I don't know. Who wants to drop 10% of the list price of your car just on a paint color? Not me. There are other options to think about for that kind of cash. As for alloys, both come with 17-inch wheels, but on the BMW you get a choice of 2 wheel styles, whereas on the Audi right now you only get 1 choice. Let's talk about tech now. Both cars are really good in this area. The A3 comes as standard with Audi's MMI Navigation Plus system, which includes a 10-inch infotainment screen. And there are no options for anything cheaper or more expensive. You get what you get. Plus, it also has the customizable virtual cockpit digital instrument cluster, which looks great and really gives the car a premium feel. I like this whole setup. I wouldn't say it's cutting edge, but it's nicely executed, looks great, and is very easy to use. My only beef in the Audi A3 is the volume knob, or the lack of a volume knob. Instead of a knob, they've given you a weird circular touchpad thing that looks a bit like the click wheel selector on a 20-year-old iPod. Nah, It's way too sensitive, and I'm sure you'll get used to it over time, but again, what's wrong with the knob? Knob gang. The 1 Series in comparison has a similar instrument cluster to Audi's virtual cockpit, but it's not quite as cool. It also comes with a smaller 9-inch infotainment screen as standard, which isn't bad, but if you want the best, then you're gonna have to pay £1,000 extra for the BMW Live Cockpit Professional, which gives you a really nice wide touchscreen display. Crucially though, you also get a proper volume knob, and you also get the option of gesture control. Okay, gesture control costs an extra 150 quid, but it means you can adjust the volume just by doing that in front of the screen. Yeah? If you don't want to use knobs, Audi, that's how you execute this, okay? I've also got to say that BMW's Hello BMW voice control system is currently streets ahead of Audi's alternative. It's so good that you actually end up wanting to use it, which is a great indication of just how useful it is. Now, I'm not going to break down the rest of the feature list because it's massively complicated and it's probably much of a muchness. But what I will do now is select some of the key features that you might want on your brand new car and explain the specific hoops you'll have to jump through in order to get them. Now, let's start with heated seats. Everybody wants heated seats. And you might think that buying a car for £25,000 will get you heated seats as standard, but that's not the case with these two. On the 1 Series, you need to buy the Comfort Pack for £600. This also includes electric folding anti-dazzle side mirrors and the really cool extended lighting feature, which lets you customize your interior lighting. And it looks great, by the way. So in the end, it's actually quite good value. In the Audi, to get heated seats, you need to spend almost double, 1,195 quid. But for that, you get the Comfort and Sound Pack, which also includes some really cool stuff like automatic parking to help you get in and out of parking spaces, a reversing camera, and a 680 watt Bang & Olufsen premium sound system with a subwoofer. So you have to pay a lot more, but you do get a lot more in return. There's no way of separating the features that you actually want. Quite annoying, but that's kind of how it is these days. Now, cruise control. This comes as standard on the A3 Sport, but, and here's the kicker, the 1 Series can only have cruise control if you go for the automatic gearbox plus extra options, which according to the BMW configurator adds £3,200. So if cruise control is important to you and you're tight on funds and you don't want an automatic gearbox, then the Audi A3 might be the car you want to get. Now, leather seats. The Audi A3 Sport comes with twin leather seats as standard, although weirdly, that's not the most desirable option. If you want the most desirable option, you've got to pay 50 quid extra to get the part cloth seats. Sounds completely backwards, but actually the cloth seats look better than the all leather one, so in the end it kind of works out. If you want slightly better looking fake leather, then you've got to upgrade to the S line, or if you want proper nice Napa leather, then you've got to get the Vorsprung version of the A3, which costs nearly £40,000. Ouch. On the Beamer, it's a bit more logical. The cloth seats come as standard, but if you want leather, then you've got to pay £1,100 for red, mocha, or black. It's not Napa leather, it's Dakota leather, which is a slightly lower grade leather than you'd get in the Vorsprung version of the A3. But it still looks great to me, and also it doesn't cost £40,000, which is nice. Everybody wants a sunroof, so you can do stupid stuff like this. Don't try that at home, please. I am a professional idiot. And on the BMW, it's quite straightforward. All you do is you pay £1,000 extra, bang, and it's yours. On the Audi, it's not that straightforward. It's not available on the sport car. You have to upgrade to the S line, which costs about £2,000 more. And then you've got to pay £1,000 extra on top of that. They don't make it easy, do they? The last thing I want to talk about is warranties. Boring, but very important. The BMW comes with a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty with breakdown cover for the entire period. The Audi also gets a 3-year warranty with roadside assistance, but only the first 2 years are unlimited mileage. The 3rd year is limited to 60,000 miles. Worth knowing about. So it's all swings and roundabouts at the end of the day. Which one's better? It probably comes down to you as an individual to decide, but we're going to recap it anyway. The Audi is more powerful, it has better fuel economy, and has a better choice of colors. Both cars have a decent standard spec, but the BMW might make it slightly easier to get hold of certain options without upgrading to a higher trim and spending more money. Ultimately though, it's going to come down to two things. Which one of these two cars you can find the cheapest, make sure you check out our lease deals on Auto Trader UK, and also which one of these cars has a badge that you prefer. Which one would I pick? Well, I'd probably take the BMW's looks, the Audi's engines, and the BMW's interior, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this style of video, let me know so we can do more of them. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again soon. Peace.